Hello and welcome everyone to AJC Magic TV. We are here tonight. I know I'm a little bit early. Gonna just kind of go a little bit early. I know others are be in the park and just want to have some fun. We're gonna do a whole different type of trivia today. It's on various things in America. We have geography, history, pop, sports, and general questions on America. If it tends to fail, we'll switch to Disney questions or um, some pop trivia. But tonight we're going to do American trivia. So it'll do geography, sports, pop, which sometimes is televisions and movies. Welcome in, Zippity Doo Doug. Thank you for joining. Um, I just decided to go a little earlier and um, just get started. I know usually this is T Marie's place time. I'm not trying to step on toes. I didn't see her live. I have something that's going on that I'd like to go to, and I wanted to at least do some trivia. It doesn't have to be the whole time. But welcome in, Dean, the turkey legster. Thank you for joining. Also, I know um, everybody seems to jump into the parks at 6 o'clock this way. You can go jump on with your friends and everything. But I do appreciate all who come in here. I know you could be watching others and doing other things. I know it's dinner time, but I do appreciate you all stopping in. So, welcome in, Doug. Welcome in, Dean. One of the big things was I'm a little disappointed too because I was trying for the D23 Tron preview. Was in there. As soon as I hit the little button, the little guy ran across. Was in there. Went to hit my number. I was gonna try to do two tickets. Now I'm kind of like wishing I would have just hit the number one ticket and worried about that. But when I hit it, it sold out. So I got in there, had got my number ticket, but then it sold out right then and there. Um, so a little disappointing because it was on a Saturday, which makes it easier to get away and do a quick weekend. But here's hoping getting an AP reservation. Hopefully they'll have a lot of different dates. Just got home from work. A fun trivia stream. It's what I need. Okay, Dean. Are you still at Wendy's, Dean, or did you find somewhere else? Wasn't sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little disappointing because, like I said, it was on a Saturday. If it was something that I really enjoyed, you can, depending on how many other D23 people and other people in line, you got to at least ride it more than once. So that would have been the big thing. Because I think usually with the AP preview, you pretty much get in line your one time and go. I know Ratatouille, as long as you stayed in that area, you could ride it as much. But with Guardians of the Galaxy and all the other ones, they only allowed you one time. So, um, but but that's okay. We'll try for the other thing. Okay, okay, Dean. I know I'm a little early. Um, but we can get started. That way, some of you that always have trouble getting questions answered, you'll have a great chance of doing that. And remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help out our channel, and it's much appreciated. Um, we're on the road to 2K, probably a little over about 120 more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, you never know when we go live. Hopefully, we'll be getting down to Disney World soon to go live um, all around Orlando and Disney World. We've been doing some streams in and around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area and various other um, places. So welcome in, Samantha Lowe. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick. So we will get started here. And the weather was great today. I was hoping to actually go live somewhere downtown Pittsburgh because I work in and around that area. But by the time I got off work and different things, the traffic was just kind of crazy. So we'll get started here. Just trying to get started. Okay, here we go, everyone. And like I said, the topic is America, but there's different questions for that. I figure I try something a little bit different. If we fail miserably, then we'll move on. But here we go. What city in Wyoming hosts an annual Frontiers Day rodeo? No, excuse me. What city in Wyoming hosts an annual Frontier Days rodeo? What city in Wyoming hosts the annual Frontier Days rodeo? Welcome in, John. Thank you for joining. And the answer is Cheyenne, Wyoming. I better know that one. Because he lived in Cheyenne, probably. Or you like rodeos. But it is Cheyenne, Wyoming. So Surf Bum John and Zippity Doo Doug. Okay, 3 years. Ah, cool. I was there once. Yeah, I've never been in the northwestern, north central states. More the central and some of the southern states. Yes, the U.S. Air Force. That's right. The United States Air Force. That's right. So I figured that's probably why you were out there. But you never know. Some people like to go out there and be away from everyone. Okay, here we go with the next question. What organization was founded in 1871 by former Union officers to improve marksmanship training? What organization was founded in 1871 by former Union officers to improve marksmanship training? Boy Scouts, Teamsters, Red Cross. And John got it correct with the NRA, or National Rifle Association. So Surf Bum got it correctly with NRA. Okay, here we go with the next question. Who was the final act at the original Woodstock? Who was the final act at the original Woodstock? What band, group, musician was the final act in the at the original Woodstock? Welcome in, Monorail Molly. Who was the final act at the original Woodstock? And the answer is Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix. So Zippity Doo Doug And John got it. Surf Bomb got it with Jimi Hendrix. Good job, guys. These are probably all up your alley here, all the questions. Welcome in, Anna Marie. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go with the next question. What sports commentator became Muhammad Ali's most trusted reporter after he publicly denounced Ali's suspension from boxing? What sports commentator became Muhammad Ali's most trusted reporter after he publicly denounced Ali's suspension from boxing? And the answer is Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell. So we have Surf Bomb and Zippity Doo Dug. Surf Bomb and Zippity Doo Dug. Okay, here we go with the next question. Is the wild turkey a native bird to North America? Yes or no? Is the wild turkey a native bird to North America? Welcome in, Kevin. Yes or no? Is the wild turkey a native bird to North America? Okay, the answer is yes. Yes. Always yes or no, Dean. 50-50 chance. But it was yes. So we have Zippity Doo Dug and Kevin. With yes. Okay, let's go on to the next question. I'm sure for some of you these are probably harder questions, so we can always switch categories here. But what NHL? That's not it because that's yeah. What NHL team plays home games in Dallas? What NHL team plays home games in Dallas? Well, this might be an older game, I wonder. But what NHL team plays home games in Dallas? And the first two people to get it is Surf Bomb and Doug. Zippity Doo Dug. With the stars. With the stars. I only know New England teams. Yeah, that's true. Depending on where you live or if you're an overall sports fan. Okay, here we go with the next question. What space exploration organization was founded in 1958? What space exploration organization was founded in 1958? Welcome in, Visos Travel. And the answer is NASA. NASA. So we have Surf Bum and Visos Travel. Welcome in, Visos. I see you've been traveling all over. Okay, here we go with the next question. Known worldwide for her amazing accuracy with a rifle, who joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1885? Yeah, it's fun watching like you at the resorts and cruises there. Known worldwide for her amazing accuracy with a rifle, who joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1885? And if you've been paying attention to Pete, he calls Annie Koo that. But the answer is Annie Oakley. Annie Oakley. So John and Kevin were the first two people. John and Kevin. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people don't know geography and different things. But I'll do this a couple more and then we'll switch to pop trivia where you guys can pick a category. But here we go. What mission was the first successful manned mission to land on the moon? I'm good at Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do that one yet, the Wheel of Fortune. What mission was first successful manned mission to land on the moon? And the answer is Apollo 11. Apollo 11. So Visos Travel and Zippity Doo Dog got the actual mission name. Okay, here we go with the next question. Which state produces the most cheese? It's more for fun, Anne Marie. It's more fun. One of these days I'll get some prizes, but for now it's fun. Which state produces the most cheese? And the answer is Wisconsin. Wisconsin. So we have, let's see who we have here. We have Visos Travel and Zippity Doo Dog. The first two people. Visos Travel and yeah, a hug from this our dreams chef. Depends on which state has the most cheesy people. Well, Florida, Lasso with all those bare feet. But yes, the cheeseheads in Wisconsin. Okay, here comes the next question. What Tex Avery creation is best known for the phrase, "What's up, Doc?" What Tex Avery creation is best known for the phrase, "What's up, Doc?" What character? And we have our answer. It is Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. So we have Surf Bomb and Anne Marie. Anne Marie with "What's Up, Doc?" and Bugs Bunny. Yes, the Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny. Here we go with the next question. What Philadelphia Warrior scored 100 points in one game against the New York Knicks? What Philadelphia Warrior scored 100 points in one game against the New York Knicks? And we have our answer. It is Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain. So we'll go with 3 this time. 3 people. So we have Zippity Doo Dug, Surf Bomb, and Monorail Molly. And Monorail Molly. Yeah, that's the thing, because when I read it, but that was back in the days. Oh, okay, I see. But Monorail Molly will get the point then. But Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah, when it goes fast like that and see the letters, it's like, oh, missed it. Okay, here we go. Cleveland is located on the shores of which Great Lake? Cleveland is located on the shores of which Great Lake? And we have our answer. It is Lake Erie. Lake Erie. So we have Monorail Molly, Surf Bomb, and Zippity Doo Dug. But Lake Erie. Welcome in, Diane Bush. Thank you for joining. Okay, here we go with the next question. Yeah, I was going to say, Molly, if you didn't answer that one. What NFL team plays home games in Foxborough? What NFL team plays home games in Foxborough? And we have our answer. It is the New England Patriots or Patriots. So we have Visos Travel. Anne Marie and Zippity Doo Dug with the Patriots. I know this. I'm from New England. $50 parking. Welcome in, Dis Our Dreams. Jeff, Angelo. Hello to Zach and Abby. Yeah, parking even in Pittsburgh can get up to 50, even $70 depending on where you park and everything. It's like everything happening at once. Okay, here we go with the next question. Who wrote the book One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish? Who wrote the book One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish? And we have our answer. It is Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. So we have Monorail Molly, Surf Bum, and Diane Bush. Surf Bum and Diane Bush. Welcome to the board, Diane. No problem, Diane. Okay, thank you for dropping in, Visos Travel. Have a great night, and thank you for joining. And you actually had 4 points there, Viso. Yeah, 4 points. Thank you for joining. Okay, here we go with the next question. What quintet featured Danny, Donnie, Joe, Jonathan, and Jordan? What quintet featured Danny, Donnie, Joe, Jonathan, and Jordan? The Osmonds. But what quintet featured Danny, Donnie, Joe, Jonathan, and Jordan? And the answer is New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block. So we have Doug and Monorail Molly. Zippity Doo Doug and Monorail Molly. Okay, let's switch to a different type of trivia here, because it seems like it's a little harder for a lot of people. We'll go with the pop trivia. And since Zippity Doo Dog was the first person, you can pick the category. The 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s, Doug. The Osmonds. But we'll do the pop trivia, and you can pick the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s. And Doug's going with the 80s. Where's my 80s cards? Hang on a second. So we're going with the 80s first up. Now, if I could just get the cards out of the box. Welcome in, Penguins Master. Thank you for joining. Might have to just break out the Lego here. Okay, here we go. With the 80s. Which movie featured the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Which movie featured the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? And the answer is Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters. So we have John Surfbum, Sippity Doo Dug, Diane Bush. Diane Bush. That was the top 3 people. Okay, John, you get to pick the next category. Okay, John wants the 70s. Hang on. I didn't take out the one thing to grab the cards. Okay, the 1970s. Here we go. In 1970, players and coaching staff from which university football team were tragically killed in a plane crash? In 1970, players and coaching staff from which university football team were tragically killed in a plane crash? And we have our answer. It is Marshall. Marshall. So we have Serpum, Kevin Theme Park Adventures, Zippity Doo Dug, and we'll go with This Our Dreams. This Our Dream. Welcome in, Phantasmic Chronicles, Tony. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. I hope you guys are all doing well. It was Marshall was the answer. Okay, he wants to go with the 90s. He's switching it up today. The 90s. Here we go. In 1995, which celebrity became a quadriplegic after being thrown from a horse during an equestrian competition? In 1995, which celebrity became a quadriplegic after being thrown from a horse during an equestrian competition? Steve Reeves. Okay. The answer is Christopher Reeve. Reeve. Movie Mania Nick actually got the correct spelling. So we'll give Movie Mania Nick 2 points on that. And then I will give a point for Diane Bush, Zippity Doo Dug, and Tony. Zippity Doo Dug and Tony. So Movie Mania Nick, Diane Reeve, Zippity Doo Dug, and Tony. Okay, so Movie Mania Nick. Okay, have a good night. Enjoy. Those are always fun events to do, so have fun. And make sure you use your complimentary food coupons early on. It seems like everybody has trouble cashing those in. Okay, Movie Mania Nick, you get to pick the next category. And he's going with the 80s. The 80s. Okay, here we go. What does VHS stand for? This is the 1980s. What does VHS stand for? For any of you technological people in the 80s, what did VHS stand for? Oh. Okay, so the answer is video home system. Video home system. So Zippity Doo Dog was the first one with the actual correct answer. So he will get 2 points. I will give Movie Mania Nick a point and Kevin a point. And then Monorail Molly gets 2 points for the correct answer. But video home system. Okay, so Zippity Doo Dog, you get to pick the next category. The next category, Zippity Doo Dog. He's sticking with the 80s. So here we go with the 80s. Weird Al. Very high frequency. That's a good. Yeah, that was VHF. I probably should have said S's and Sam so people could hear it better. Okay, here we go. What was the name of the popular denim finish that involved washing denim in chlorine and bleach? What was the name of the popular denim finish that involved washing denim in chlorine and bleach? Not the stone wash, but that's a good guess. Not stone wash, but it's a good guess. Tie dye, that's a good guess also. It's hard to describe this, but I guess if you did opposite of like it's hard to say. I want to say like when you did drugs, you had some type of trip with it. But Diane Bush got it with acid wash. So Diane Bush got it with acid wash. So good job, Diane. And you get to pick the next category. Oop, and so did Doug. Doug and Kevin got it. But I don't. But Diane, you can pick the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 70s, 60s, or 50s. And she would like the 80s also. Okay, here we go. Okay, no problem, Doug. You're way up there anyway in points, so either way. Here we go. How many red balloons did Nina sing about in her hit song? How many red balloons did Nina sing about in her hit song? And we have the answer. It is 99 red balloons. 99 red balloons. So Surf Bum got it first. Then Monorail Molly and Movie Mania Nick. Monorail Molly and Movie Mania Nick with 99. Okay, John, you get to pick the next category. And he's going with the 60s. The 60s. Time to collect those points. Okay, here we go. 1960s. Which superhero, raised by his Aunt May and Uncle Ben, made his debut with Marvel Comics in 1962? But you will know this, Monorail Molly. Welcome in, Annie Koo. What superhero raised by his Aunt May and Uncle Ben made his debut with Marvel Comics in 1962? And we have our answer. It is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Welcome in, Carlos. You said Superman. So Movie Mania Nick was first. And welcome in, Annie Koo. But we have Spider-Man was the answer. So Movie Mania Nick was first. John Surfbaum and Annie Koo. Welcome to the board, Annie. We actually had a question about Annie Oakley, Annie, today. So maybe if you would have been there, you might have gotten it. But it was on Annie Oakley. Okay, so Movie Mania Nick, you get to pick your next question. Yeah, you had it halfway. You had the man. Okay, so Movie Mania Nick wants the 90s. The 1990s. Let me grab a different card because we've done most of those. Oh, okay. Here we go. Which TV show starred John Lithgow and Jane Curtin as visiting aliens trying to blend into modern day society? Which TV show starred John Lithgow and Jane Curtin as visiting aliens trying to blend into modern day society? This was during the 90s. And we have our answer. It was Third Rock from the Sun. Third Rock from the Sun. So we have Movie Mania Nick, Surf Bum, Zippity Doo Dog, and Diane Bush. Zippity Doo Dog and Diane Bush. With Third Rock from the Sun. I can't really remember it too much, but I remember the name and everything. Welcome in, Adventures by D. Thank you for joining. Okay, Movie Mania Nick. Let me know the category. Hello, Dave. Adventures by D. Okay, you're going back to the 80s. The 80s. But here we go with the 80s. Who directed E.T. the Extraterrestrial? Who directed E.T. the Extraterrestrial? And the answer is Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg. So we have Phantasmic Chronicles, Carlos, Zippity Doo Dog, and Movie Mania Nick sneaks in for the last spot with Steven Spielberg. I've heard of him. The director. Okay, so let's see. Phantasmic Chronicles, Tony, you can pick the next category. You can stick with the 80s. You can do 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s. My answer wasn't correct. but I still beat Nick. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Tony wants to stick with the 80s. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. Which boxer became the youngest ever heavyweight champion of the world in 1986? Which boxer became the youngest ever heavyweight champion of the world in 1986? And the answer is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. So Carlos got it first. Surf Bomb. Phantasmic Chronicles Tony. And Zippity Doo Dug. And Zippity Doo Dug got the last spot with Mike Tyson. Okay, Carlos, you can pick the next category. He's going with the 50s. Yeah, if Donna was here right now, she'd love you on that one because she loves the 50s and 60s. Okay, here we go. Which classical music comedy film from 1952 starred Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Debbie Reynolds? Which classic musical comedy film from 1952 starred Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Debbie Reynolds? And it is Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain. So Carlos got it first. Zippity Doo Dug. Adventures by Dee. And Kevin Theme Park Adventures. And Kevin Theme Park Adventures. With Singing in the Rain. Okay, Carlos, the next category. Okay, you're going with the 60s. Here we go with the 1960s. Okay. In 1963, the magnetic tape sound recording technology increased the number of tracks available per tape to how many tracks? That's weird. In 1963, the magnetic tape sound recording technology increased the number of tracks available per tape. How many tracks? And we have our answer. It is 8. It is 8. Yes, the great movie ride there. Okay, John got it first with 8 tracks. Carlos got it. Diane Bush and Doug was the last one in there for 8 tracks. Okay, John, you can pick the next category. Okay, he's going with the 70s. The 70s. Launched in 1979, model TPS L2 was the first what? Launched in 1979, model TPS L2 was the first what? And I'm sure a lot of you may had it or some other type of form of this particular item. Launched in 1979, model TPS L2 was the first what? I confused myself. Okay, I see two people with the correct answer. It is a Sony Walkman or Walkman. Sony Walkman or Walkman. It was a portable tape recorder that you carried with you while you were walking. So John got it first, and then Carlos. Carlos got it with the Walkman. The space shuttle. That's a good answer, though. The space shuttle and various other things. Okay, John. You can pick the next category. 2000s. Okay. Yeah, we don't really get a lot of the 2000s. This one's interesting. Okay, here we go with the 2000s. What do you call an event in which people dance to music listened to on wireless headphones? What do you call an event in which people dance to music listened to on wireless headphones? Yeah, they do have it at Epcot on New Year's Eve. I've seen it on cruise ships. The answer is silent disco. Silent disco. So we have Diane Bush was first. Then Carlos did Flash Mob. Adventures by Dee. I'll give Tony a point for the silent rave, silent disco. And then Kevin. Never heard of it. Interesting. Way to ruin the fun, John. I could always do another 2000 question. Okay, Diane Bush, you get to pick the next category. Okay, she would like the 1970s. The 1970s. There we go. Which former child star began a solo career and released his breakthrough album Off the Wall in 1979? Okay, thank you for stopping in, Dave. Have a great evening. Which former child star began a solo career and released his breakthrough album Off the Wall in 1979? And the answer is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. So we have Diane Bush was first. Then Monorail Molly. You're interrupting Annie Koo to answer, Molly. Movie Mania Nick and Tony. Movie Mania Nick and Tony with Michael Jackson. I see Nick and Molly's strategy. Distract Annie Koo. Okay, so Diane Bush, you get to pick the next category. Oh no, no problem, Molly. I'm just joking around. No, I know. I'm just joking around. She didn't do anything wrong. Annie's probably like, I don't know that answer. Okay, here we go with the 1970s. Who played the roles of Danny and Sandy in the musical romantic comedy film Grease? Who played the roles of Danny and Sandy in the musical romantic comedy film Grease? Oh, no problem, Annie. I was just laughing because it was like every time an answer, and then they would jump in and answer the question. Okay, so Monorail, the answer is John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Monorail Molly will get the points. First, I will give Carlos a point. So Monorail Molly, Carlos, Diane Bush. Let's see. Doug and Annie Koo. Doug and Annie Koo. I cannot remember her name. Yeah, sometimes it's hard getting those names there. Okay, Diane. Or I'm sorry, it was let's see who was first there. Monorail Molly was first. So Monorail Molly, you get to pick the category. I know, Annie, I was just joking around. Give those guys. Okay, she would like the 90s, the 1990s. Boat show this weekend in Edison. Okay, here we go with the next question. Ghostface is a fictional identity adopted by several characters in which successful horror franchise, the first film of which was released in 1996. Ghostface is a fictional identity adopted by several characters in which successful horror franchise, the first film of which was released in 1996. And the answer is Scream. Scream. So we had Movie Mania Nick, Kevin Theme Park Adventures, and Zippity Doo Dug with Scream. Okay, Nick, you get to pick the next category. Oh. Okay, he would like to pick the 70s. The 70s. Oh, yeah, I gotta grab a different card here. the 70s. Okay, here we go with the 1970s. Who hosted the first episode of The Price is Right on CBS in 1972? Who hosted the first episode of The Price is Right on CBS in 1972? Okay, Movie Maniac, have a good night. And the answer is Bob Barker. Bob Barker. So we have Diane Bush. Diane Bush, Zippity Doo Dog, Surf Bum, and Kevin. And Annie Koo. Now, Movie Mania Nick had 9 points. 9 points this evening. Actually, right now, I have a tie between. Oh, no tie. No tie. But the top 2 people right now is Zippity Doo Dog and Surf Bum. They're the top 2 right now. But Movie Mania Nick had 9 points. In fact, I'm going to probably do 5 more questions. And then, like, there are several different people going live this evening, usually the Disney Nerders, the This and That crew, Joy S with the escapades of PJ and J. Sometimes Monarch Moments goes live. Check out Dean of the Live Place, theliveplace.com, where you can find various different types of trivia and everything. I'll take his points. But yeah, Zippity Doo Dog and John are pretty close in their points there. But let's see who got it first. Diane Bush. So you can pick the next category. You have 3 points, Annie. 3 points. Okay, the 2000s. The 2000s. Here we go. Which pop rock band featured the #1 hit Makes Me Wonder on their second studio album, It Won't Be Soon Before Long? Which pop rock band featured the #1 hit Makes Me Wonder on their second studio album, It Won't Be Soon Before Long? Ugh. So far, no one has the answer. I will say they had a big concert in Universal Studios that pretty much Steve went to, Corey, Dale, Jenna, Josh, I believe Arjons and Donna might have went. And Rob Fuzz was helping them out with that. If anybody remembers that concert in Universal Studios. And the answer is Maroon 5. Maroon 5. So Annie Koo and Monorail Molly. With Maroon 5. Okay, Annie Koo, you get to pick the next category because you got it first. Annie Koo, you can pick the next category. Okay, sticking with the 2000s. Here we go. In which state does the TV comedy series The Office take place in? In which state does the TV comedy series The Office take place in? And we have our answer. It is Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. So we have Surf Bomb, Diane Bush, Monorail Molly with Pennsylvania. Yes, Scranton, Pennsylvania was the actual location, but Pennsylvania. I'm so ashamed I never watched it. Actually, I've watched it every once in a while and stuff. I've watched some of it, but I didn't realize it was made in Scranton, PA, till I read something one day about it. Okay, John, you get to pick the next category. Okay, he would like the 70s, the 1970s. And actually, Carlos, he had 6 points. So Carlos had 6 points. Okay, here we go with the 1970s. Michael Myers is a fictional character from which series of slasher films? Michael Myers is a fictional character from which series of slasher films? And the answer is Halloween. Halloween is Michael Myers. So we have Monorail Molly. Monorail Molly, Zippity Doo Dug, Annie Koo and Kevin. Annie Koo and Kevin with Halloween. Yeah, Friday the 13th is Jason. Friday the 13th is Jason. Okay, Monorail Molly, you get to pick the next category. 2 more questions after this one. Next category, Monorail Molly. The 2000s. Need to grab a card. I guess I'm not a slasher guy. Hey, it's a good guess, though. A good guess. I did start a little bit early, Annie. I'm sorry. I just had something else going on, and after this, so I wanted to kind of sneak in there a little bit early. So next week, though, we'll be at a regular time. But I'm sorry about that too. I can still keep going though, because a lot of people don't start till 7. But yeah, I did start just a tad early. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, here we go. Here we go. In 2006, which California parade was drenched in heavy rain for the first time in 51 years? I don't mind the scary movies. I've seen all the Michael Myers ones, even the recent one that they had there. In 2006, which annual California parade was drenched in heavy rain for the first time in 51 years? And we have our answer. It is the Rose Bowl Parade. The Rose Bowl Parade. Yeah, they don't scare me anymore like when I was a kid. Yeah, when they first started coming out, but then as they went along, they didn't really scare me. But there's a couple devil type ones that kind of scare me, or I jump because you're not expecting it. But the Rose Bowl Parade. So Zippity Doo Dug. Monorail Molly, Kevin Theme Park Adventures, Diane Bush, Hamill Annie Koo. Yeah, technically the Tournament of Roses, but yeah, they put the Rose Parade in. Where is it? And Doug would like the 80s, the 1980s. Yeah, that's the one parade I really would like to go to someday. And in fact, I really wish I would have went this past January, but the way it fell, I couldn't do that. Because Penn State was playing there, and it makes the parade even more exciting when you know the band and everything. Here we go. Pour Some Sugar on Me was a hit for which band? Pour Some Sugar on Me was a hit for which band? Welcome in, James. And the answer is Def Leppard. Def Leppard. So Monorail Molly got it first. Zippity Doo Dug. Kevin, Theme Park Adventures, and James. James. Hey, James, did you guys make it down there? Are you in Florida, James? Up dinner, Port Orleans, Riverside. Oh, nice. So I guess you're going to see Yeehaw Bob, I guess. And Monorail Molly, you get to pick the next category. Okay, she would like the 2000s. The 2000s. Nice. Very nice. It was actually almost 70 degrees today here in Pittsburgh, which was kind of unusual. But then the weekend, it's going to get cold again. Okay, here we go for the 2000s. And then we'll do one final question after this one. But here we go. In which reality TV show do corporate executives take low-level jobs at their own firms to see what really takes place? In which TV reality show do corporate executives take low-level jobs at their own firms to see what really takes place? And the answer is Undercover Boss. Undercover Boss. So we have Monorail Molly, Diane Bush, Kevin, Theme Park Adventures, and Zippity Doo Dug. Zippity Doo Dug. Okay, Monorail Molly, make it a good one for the final question of the evening. Make it a good category here. Okay, you want the 2000s. Okay, I may grab a card here for the 2000s. Here we go for the 2000s. Ooh, there's a couple good ones here. Launched in the early 2000s, which colorful plastic clogs with holes in them became popular because they were comfortable and easy to wear. Launched in the early 2000s, which colorful plastic clogs with holes in them became popular because they were comfortable and easy to wear. And we have our answer. It is the Crocs. The Crocs. Where's Carlos at? But he could have gotten that one. Okay, so we have Diane Bush. Got it first. Zippity Doo Dog. Kevin Theme Park Adventure. Monorail Molly and Annie Koo. Okay, so let's see who the big winner is this evening. Okay, here we go. Our big winner this evening is Zippity Doo Dog. Zippity Doo Dog with 30 points. Congratulations, Doug. You were the first place winner. John Surfbum was second place with 23 points. Monorail Molly, third place with 18 points. Kevin Theme Park Adventures had 14 points. Visos Travel, 5 points. Anne Marie, 3 points. Diane Bush, 15 points. This Our Dreams, 1 point. Movie Mania Nick, 7 points. Tony Phantasmic Chronicles, 5 points. Annie Koo, 7 points. Carlos Disney World Freak, 6 points. Adventures by D, 2 points. And James, 1 point. Welcome in, Cherie. Hope you're having a good time. I know you probably just got there recently, but I hope you have a good evening while you're there. I would like to thank the Trivia Academy, or thank the Trivia Academy, my fellow competitors and wonderful hosts for this. Thank you, Doug. And actually, you and John were pretty neck and neck until like towards the end there. You started to carry away when we were in the 20s there. We're waiting for our food. And then I guess you're going to see Yeehaw Bob. That'll be fun. That's one of the really gems of Walt Disney World, Yeehaw Bob. But I hope you guys all have a great evening. Check out Joyous at the Escapades of PJ&J with Justin and Peyton and friends. Check out the This and That crew later this evening at 9 p.m. Monarch Moments probably may go live. If not, sometimes he goes live overnight. And check out Dean of the Live Place, theliveplace.com. And also check out This Our Dreams tomorrow with Dreaming with Pals. There's going to be lots of pals down there, so we'll have to see which pals are with them. So go check that out. Yeah, I'm kind of super jealous because Yeehaw Bob is great there. Oh, no, that's tomorrow night with everyone. Oh, okay. That'll be fun. Then they'll be doing something else then after dinner. I figure since you were at the Riverside. But either way, it's still a good time there. And congratulations, Zippity Doo Doug. And yes, happy birthday, Cherie. I hope you have a great birthday weekend. And happy birthday to anyone who has February birthdays. And if you check out This and That and they have your name and birthday, you'll get a song by Shep. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already done so, please hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the channel, and it does let YouTube know that you enjoyed our channel. or our stream. So have a great night, and I will see you all in the chats. Bye, everyone, and thank you for joining.